Spider-Man. Not a birth of an empire, but definitely the one keeping the lights on. What a lot of people tend to forget is that Spider-Man actually has a darker past than Batman. He never knew his parents. His actions led to the death of his uncle. It was his fault, though not intentionally, that his girlfriend Gwen Stacy was killed by the Green Goblin, not to mention her father being killed by Dr. Octopus. His best friend Harry Osborn had a long-time acid addiction before becoming the Green Goblin. His parents came back only to die in his arms and actually be clones. And even more recently, Flash Thompson is now Venom. I can go on, but it's both Spider-Man and Peter Parker's life that makes the series entertaining. It only took a few issues of Amazing Spider-Man before the character became a major enough player to branch off into additional series. Some were great hits, like the excellent Web of Spider-Man run, and some not so great, like the Spectacular Spider-Man run. During Marvel's Civil War event, Peter did something foolish by revealing his identity to the world. This was something new with a character that hadn't been done before and opened itself up to new stories. Of course, since this would have been interesting, Marvel had to screw things up with one more day. This was also when those idiots decided to drop the other series and make The Amazing a twice or 3 times a month release. And all this was done in an attempt to catch up to Batman's number 600. They have since started to branch out again, but the golden days of it seem to be over. One of the series that came out pre One More Day is Tangled Webs. This short-lived series focuses on the world around Spider-Man and not Spider-Man himself. It is a very enjoyable 22-issue run, but was somewhat overshadowed with the somewhat successful story going on in the mainstream Spider-Man book at the times, and a rather disturbing 3-issue starting story arc. I am the Namekian, and I would like to go over a few issues of this series. The first 3 issues tell a rather gross story called The Thousand, which focuses on the spider that bit Peter. This has been done better in other Spider-Man comics, and while an interesting take, it is done rather poorly. Issue 4, Severance Package, is when the series starts to ramp up. We start the issue with Tom Cochran getting a call telling him to turn on the TV, and he sees that Spider-Man stopped a heist that he planned for Mr. Fisk, the current Kingpin. Despite his successes, he knows what's in store for him. So he checks on his boys and says goodbye to his wife. After taking care of one more job for Fisk, ensuring his family's safety, Tom arrives at Fisk's penthouse office and accepts his fate. Severance Package is a dark tale, but not disturbing like The Thousand. It also brings to light the consequences of Spider-Man's actions, even if he succeeds. Issue 10's story, Ray of Light, tells the story of an older brother, Jack, who is forced to take care of his younger brother, Casey, and sick mother. Due to the hardships of life, he doesn't share his brother's love of Spider-Man, when all of a sudden, Spider-Man and Electro smash through the wall. Spidey is out cold, and Casey stands up to Electro, who just brushes him aside. This forces Jack to stand up to Electro himself, protecting his brother. Spider-Man regains his wits and takes down Electro. Realizing the kid's life is similar to his own, Spider-Man does what he can to help out, and the issue ends with Jack accepting the iconic saying, "With great power comes great responsibility," in context to his younger brother. There are a lot of interesting stories in the series, like Flowers for Rhino, where the Rhino goes for the better life, but it just doesn't work out. Or Double Shots, which is sort of like the Almost Got Him episode from Batman the Animated Series. I can go on, but the last issue that I want to cover is number 14, The Last Shot. The story starts with Crusher Hogan explaining and demonstrating his expert level of wrestling. He is called into the bookie's office and is told that the attendance was low and he can't pay him. Crusher refuses to jump ship, but there doesn't seem to be much hope for the organization. His wife/girlfriend, never really clear, isn't too happy with the fact that he isn't getting paid, and he refuses to accept any other offers. That night, he comes up with an idea, one that no one else seems to like. His plan is to make everyone mad at him, and it seems to work. After a quick visit to a gang boss, I think it's supposed to be Hammerhead, but they don't really ever say, for some funding, and the big night arrives. And the die is cast. 10K goes to the one who can last 3 minutes in the ring with him. At the beginning, the plan seems to work, enraging even more people as time goes on. The comic then ends in the best way possible. The man that beats me would be a hero. This only skims the surface of the series, and it is well worth a read. It strengthens my opinion that the best comic / superhero story are ones that don't focus on the hero but what surrounds them instead. If you have any questions about the series or would like me to do another particular series, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. God bless.